Hi, it's Andy, and in this video we're going to cover Mississippi John Hurt, and I'm going to start from the very beginning and walk through each measure and talk about technique. I'm going to start with a little primer of the finger picking before we dive into the tune. Okay, so let's show a close-up of the hand. Okay, to get started with this tune, you're going to want to know just the basic finger picking pattern and some finger picking basics. I call this home position, and I'm going to cover it in detail. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to take my thumb and I'm going to start with placing my thumb on the 4th string like this. So remember to count your strings. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm on string number 4, 4th string from the floor. Okay, then I'm going to take my index finger and I'm going to place that on string 3 like this. Then I'll place my middle finger on string 2 like that. Then I'll place my ring finger on string 1 like that. So now I've got 4 strings covered. Notice the pinky finger is not playing any notes. Okay, so I've got 4 strings covered. I've got string 4 with the thumb. I've got string 3 with the index. I've got string 2 with the middle. And I've got string 1 with the ring. That's what I call a home position. You should start by learning that. Okay, the trick here is to put all 4 fingers on, and then when your thumb plays, the 3 fingers are still there. They didn't move. So the thumb can play independent of all the fingers. Just practice that for a moment. Make sure you keep the 3 fingers resting against the strings. Okay, likewise, the index finger can play, but still the middle and ring are resting on their strings. So this is moving independently of the other 2 fingers. Okay, and then likewise, the middle finger is going to play while the ring finger is still there. This is the trickiest one. Just practice that for a minute. When you feel comfortable, then you can move on. So then the ring finger, when the ring finger plays, there's nothing left on the strings. So when the ring finger plays, usually we set everything back up and start over. Okay, so lesson 1 in learning this song is just familiarizing yourself with the home position. So you should practice this. Thumb, index, middle, ring, set everything back up again. Start over. If you've never played this, I challenge you to spend half an hour just doing this. If you do that, you'll develop the coordination and the muscle memory so that it becomes autopilot. Okay, now if you feel comfortable with that and you're ready to move on, then the next thing to do is what I call the traveling thumb. You see, the traveling thumb can move around. The thumb can go from one string to another. The thumb might play string 4, or it might play string 5, or it might play string 6. It might bounce around and go from one string to another, but yet the fingers still stay where they are. Okay, so let's try this exercise. You're going to play thumb on string 4. Then when you set your fingers up, you're going to put your thumb on string 5. But the fingers still play the same strings they were on before. Then your thumb is going to play string 6. And of course, the fingers, they don't move, they stay in the same place. Then we'll go back to string 5. Then string 4 again. And we'll repeat the cycle. 5. Play along with me. 6. Back to 5. 4. 5, 6, back to 5. There we go. So that's called the traveling thumb. Okay, so that's your introduction to finger picking. That covers home position. The next thing to work on is that when you play these songs by Mississippi John Hurt, he doesn't necessarily just play the strings in numerical order like we've been rehearsing. We started easy by going 4, 3, 2, 1, but within the context of the music, you may have to change the order and mix it up a bit. So let's change the order and try something different. How about we'll start with the thumb on string 4, but now we're going to go to the middle finger on string 2. Okay, now if you leave your other 2 fingers on when the middle finger plays, if you leave your index and ring finger on and try to play the middle finger by itself, that can feel a little bit awkward. And so let's use the technique that we were using before, which is just the ring finger is resting on the string when the middle plays. I've taken my index finger away because it's too hard to hold that on there while I'm playing the middle finger. So I'm going to start over with the cycle. We're going to play the thumb. I'm going to take the index finger away, and I'm going to play the middle finger. Okay, just practice that a bit. Now let's work on what comes next. You play thumb, you play middle, you play index on string 3, and then finally your ring finger plays string 1. So this pattern is 4, 2, 3, 1. 4, 2, 3, 1. Thumb, middle, index, ring. Okay, let's make a cycle out of that. Thumb, middle, index, ring. Thumb, middle, index, ring. 4, 2, 3, 1. 4, 2, 3, 1. If this seems tough for you, you should stay on this for about half an hour. See if you can play this for 30 straight minutes and not take a break. If you can, you'll get it. Only through repetition will you develop the muscle memory. You have to make this go on autopilot to play these John Hurt songs. If you're thinking about it, if it takes all your concentration to remember which finger goes next, this music will seem too hard for you because there's too much to think about. You have to let this go on autopilot. There we go. Okay, so there's a pattern of mixed up notes. Let's cover the next idea. The next thing I want to teach you is how to take your home position and move it over to a different set of strings. See, this home position is a movable hand position. Usually when we talk about home position, we're talking about string 4, 3, 2, 1. But sometimes in this music, you're going to take all of those fingers and you're just going to move them over a string. And that places you on 5, 4, 3, 2. So we can start this whole lesson over and do all those exercises again. 5, 4, 3, 2. It actually sort of feels the same to the hand since all the strings are the same distance apart. So you can practice that mixed up pattern if you want to. Thumb, middle, index, ring. 5, 3, 4, 2. There we go. Okay, now this idea can even be moved over yet another string to cover 6, 5, 4, 3. That's a little bit more rare in this style of music, but it's worth practicing anyways, just so you get familiar with it. Okay, so you've just learned about the movable home position.